Like the ladies of the night in front of a corner store, Olde English 800 tends to get around. The classic 40 originally started as a stout in the 1940s when it went by the name Ruff's Olde English Stout. 20 years later, People's Brewing Company sold the brand to Bohemian Breweries, who sold it to Blitz Weinhard, who proceeded to sell it to Pabst Brewing Company in 1979. By 1999, Olde English 800 called the Miller Brewing Company home. Is there a reason why this malt liquor has been passed around over and over again? Let's find out on Two Dudes Bad Beer Review. What up, guys? Yeah, today we have the classic Olde English 800. And I don't know about you, but I'm a little woozy to the stomach just by looking at this bottle. But let's check it out, I guess. Ooh, I already smell it. Kind of disappointed they got rid of the glass bottle. Now it's just plastic. I feel a little gypped on that. But I guess you can toss it around now. Not a problem. So, I have been looking forward towards this beer the least, even in all the bad beer reviews. I don't know why. I don't think I've actually ever had Olde English 800. But let's see if there's a reason behind that. Let's check out the smell first of all. Ooh, very pungent. Smells a little more like bitter, bitter Pilsner than a lot of the other 40s discount corner store beers that you're gonna get out there. This smells a whole lot like that. It does have kind of that expired peach aroma to it. There's something further down in there. It smells a little more complex than I was actually anticipating, or maybe it's just old. I mean, when you're in a clear plastic jug, you can't expect too much, but there's almost like a stale bread aroma in there too. Kind of, yeah, so you get like this stale bread, old peach beer thing going on. But they got a couple things going on, so. And it just smells old. It's just old. Like if you had a keg and you've had it sitting around for a little too long, and that beer you're pouring is just dead and flat. It's kind of what this smells like. So, yeah, I don't know. Rating it against other malt liquors, I'm going to give it a half. Because I've smelled much worse. So it's not the worst smelling malt liquor I can say I've had. The bottle's got a dent in it. Alright, let's taste it. It's actually got more of a barley taste to it. Not what I was expecting at all. It has that, man, I don't know. A lot of these malt liquors, there's like a metallic taste to it. Unless I got something funky going on in my water in the washing machine, I don't think that's it. There's just like the back end, it's just like some kind of metallic taste to it. I'm assuming it's probably just from the cheap equipment they use to mass produce this stuff. But it does have that malty barley flavor where you're getting if you have like a more pronounced beer, you're getting close towards that barley wine kind of thing. I actually get that in here. I can't say I've had that from too many other malts before. It's a little different. It's a little, it's a little darker, not really. But let's get something else in here. It kind of tastes like cigarette butts too. Remember those old advertisements that you'd see on the billboards that said "kissing someone that smokes is like licking an ashtray." That's kind of like drinking an ashtray a little bit. It definitely has a tobacco leaf taste to it, and not like a good tobacco, like you just licked the barroom floor of all the cigarette butts. It's the more I'm sipping on it, the more that initial barley flavor that I was getting out of it just tastes like cigarettes. So if I would have stopped at just one sip and that was it, I would have actually said it's not bad. It tastes different. But the more I got into it, the more I realized it's just, I don't know, was the brewmaster stirring up a pot and his pack of cigarettes fell in? We'll let it go. Possibly. But I can't recommend the flavor because of that. It's just too bad tobacco-y in there. Alright, next is value for price. I paid $3.29. I believe I paid for this. There's no bottle tax or anything like that here, and so it's not $3.29 for 40 ounces. And I believe actually the version I have is 7.5% ABV. It kind of actually depends on where you are. Excuse me. Oof. It really just depends on where you are in the country. These different locations have different ABVs. In the southeast and kind of Oklahoma, I know they have these special state laws that limit the amount of alcohol that can be in certain beers, malt liquors, and those, it's less than half. They'll be in like the 3s, which I feel like kind of negates the entire purpose of buying a cheap, bad 40. You want a lot and a higher alcohol content. But this is a 7.5%, and in terms of value for price, it's not bad. It's 7.5%. It's about half under what a Steel Reserve is, but still, it's $3.29. You got the shatterproof thing. Yeah. So the price isn't bad. It's not super better than a lot of the other malt liquors out there, but it's not terrible. So I'm going to give this a half for that. Now, distinction. How different is it from other malt liquors? It is different. I haven't gotten that tobacco-y flavor in most of the other malt liquors I've tried. It's unique in that aspect of it. Maybe they tried to, I don't know if they were trying to go for a more barley flavor, higher barley wine, but it really just comes off as bad cigarette butts. It's not great, but it is different. So if you don't like the Steel Reserves or the other things out there, worth a try, I guess, for distinction. Again, I'm gonna give this a half. I don't know if that's a cop out or what, but the half for this is it's distinct in that it's got a very interesting flavor to it. So, yeah. Next is drinkability. Can I drink more of these? Can I finish this whole thing? And if I would have just gone off of the first taste off of when I initially opened it up, it actually wasn't terrible. If I was forced to do it, I could do it. But the further I got into this, the further I got that tobacco, crusty bread
flavor. And the more that came out, the more I was like, I can't drink this. I can't drink all of this. So because of that, for drinkability, I'm not going to recommend it. I know it's cheap. I know it's supposed to be not that great, but I'd like to have it where I could stomach it and not just completely regret it later. So, and then lastly is, would I buy it again? And no, I wouldn't. I'm still looking for that malt liquor that is serviceable enough where it'd be like, okay, I'll get it again if I was, super broke and had like $1 to my name and I needed some booze. I haven't found it yet. So for Olde English 800, I will not be purchasing again. This will be the one and only time, hopefully. But yeah, that is my review of Olde English 800. If you've had it before, let me know. Write it in the comments. Tell me if you love it. Maybe you hate my review. Maybe you have a different take on it. I don't know. Let me know. And like and subscribe to our station. We got all sorts of other things coming up. And check out our podcast at Two Dudes in a Six Pack. We talk about more than just crappy beers. We do a lot of pop culture and booze, and making the best of the worst of the worst situation with booze and pop culture. And so, yeah, that's about it for myself, Grayson, and for the other dude, Chris. Take it easy.